I guess it is kind of lag behind. I guess it is kind of lag behind. And just gonna. Hello, hello. I don't know why I decided to do this, but yeah, you're here. It's good, y'all. If only I can go live on TikTok, I feel like that'd be better. But I think I'm at 38. I think you need 50 followers for that. I don't know. I came here with no plan. I was probably going to do some studies or like some warm ups at first, and then maybe get into something. But yeah, like is it easy to see like the paper and everything, or is this like is I don't know, that's flashbang, y'all. Is this like too much? Probably. So just leave it off for now. Yeah. Sort of feel like it was kind of a lot, but yeah, I might turn my paper to the side. Like I don't know if I should play music or not. Probably not. If I plan on using any of the footage from this. Because I don't know how YouTube is with like copyrighting live stuff. That is true. Let's see if I can find something real quick. We got a 12 hours of copyright free music. It's probably gonna be trash though. We gotta mute it. We don't need to get in a free advertisement on the live stream, huh? I'm not breathing too hard, am I? I'm about to turn it down a little bit. So it's gonna be playing from my computer to the microphone. So not like the music coming like directly from a computer or something. So let me know if I need to turn it up or if it's fine. Right now, just working on my lines and going over the same line about 8 times. Like I'm using my elbow a lot for this one, not really my shoulder. do some curved lines. And just try to go over that again without messing up too much, but yeah. Yeah, I hope so too, but I feel like it's more of a, like, I'm not a master, so I'm not really focused on the outcome of what I do right today. I might just want to get some forms of drawing and seeing if some poses that I draw actually read as the poses. And also, we'll be using reference because my visual library isn't there yet. And if you're drawing, maybe just do some of these warm-ups with me if you're bored. So this one is more so sort of working on my hand-eye coordination. So just trying to make a line straight across going through this point. Yeah, I watched Spider-Man Brand New Day yesterday. It was pretty good. And I would say I do. I feel like things just sort of feel more fluid after you warm up. And, some lines may not be as shaky as others. But, and if it's off, that's why we practice. And I feel like I'm coming at it from like a different angle because I have like this, but you guys see the legs here, like right in front of me. So it's sort of somewhat different from how I draw normally. And just ghosting it. And we missed. Yikes. And it's always good to rotate your paper instead of trying to come at it from like different angles.
That feeling when you're trying to build your credit, and it's like over and over again.
So what do you mean next in the MCU? Like, the thing I'm most excited for is the new Black Panther. I think it's coming out in 2028. So I would say that's what I'm most excited for.
You can even get a Chase Secure banking account with no monthly service fee if you're
in Doomsday. I feel like, of course, we're gonna watch Doomsday, but they could have used the characters that they have now a little more effectively than bringing back old characters. Hello, Wild Mink. I'm just doing some warm-ups right now. So, as of right now, don't really have any like solid plans to what to draw, but I'll figure it out along the way. Like, is the delay on live like 60 seconds or something? And I don't know if I can change that or not. But I know there will be a delay, of course. Has your opinion changed on art since you started? Uh, I would say definitely. Um, like seeing all the great art throughout the years, I feel like sort of just taking it for granted in a way. Like, oh, that's an amazing art piece. Must have been. I really thought it would have been difficult to create, but actually having to go through the process of actually trying to create something, I realized how truly difficult it is. And I feel like I just have an appreciation for it now, much more of it. I'm breathing hard as shit into the mic. My bad, y'all. I feel like I'm trying to inch closer to the paper, but my phone's like right here in front of me. Yeah, my fault, my fault. So I'm sort of working on this one thing to draw like some fan art for Maul. So I think I'll probably just do some studies to get myself ready for that. And any artists I recommend? Yeah, definitely. So I've been really liking this one artist. His like name is like Pepe Draws, I believe it is on Instagram. I really like the way he renders things, like his poses, the way he renders skin. So I would definitely recommend Pepe Draws. Wish I could play some bangers instead of the royalty-free music. So I will say, ever since Michael dropped, I've always been a Michael Jackson fan. So it would probably be something Michael Jackson, to be honest. Yeah, yeah. You already know. I feel like in the Michael movie reawakened my love for the Michael Jackson music, especially. So it was really good. But you haven't seen it yet, have you? You gotta watch it, man. I just need to pick a reference really quick. I feel like I always have a hard time deciding what I want to draw. How this is gonna work out. Alright, so gonna try some more so foreshortening poses. Like I said, it's what I'm planning to work on for some more fan art I plan to do eventually. So I never really know how to start a drawing, so usually I just start off with like an oval for the head. Then you can always adjust later. So, so this circle is for the shoulder, and not too often. I wish I started more because like I've only been planning to stream on TikTok really, and of course I don't have enough followers to start live streaming. But I was looking, I was like, maybe I can do it on Twitch. But I was like, but maybe YouTube's an option. So I was like, why not give it a try? Then we got this oval 4D body. Please. I think that back shoulder's like here. I think I placed the shoulder sort of wrong. Like what I saw. Man, so we got the oval for the head. I think the shoulder's probably like about here. And so like the hand for this pose is like probably like this big. So just, which I really need to work on my perspective as well. So I'm not gonna make the fingers. I'm just trying to get the pose down. And when I'm back here, sometimes I may try to give it more like a human headed shape. And
At Etsy, we want to know what moments mean the most to you. Whether it's buying a home
so
or hosting
I
a
would say
party,
for
there's an
shortening, it's
Etsy
like
seller with the perfect original pieces to help you celebrate.
it's
Celebrate
like
being human.
drawing the overlapping shapes essentially for like either extreme perspective or let's say so my hand is in this orientation is probably just flat 2D, but if I wanted to draw my hand like this, like, but we know my hand is longer than this, so it's just drawing this bigger because it's closer to us and these things smaller behind it essentially. Like I don't know if that really explains it, but yeah. And do I create for fan art? No, not really. I'm trying to. Then I think. Yeah, I feel like I always have a hard time getting the hips just right. Also, in these perspectives, it's like it's not like the reference, but I don't want to replicate the reference completely. I just want to get the pose down. I feel like it doesn't look right, but it's okay. Let me. So it's gonna be like here. And this leg is in the front. And I'm sort of drawing these ovals to try to think of the form for it. Once again, for shortening is difficult. I feel like I just can't wrap my hand around it. Like I feel like I can understand like the arms in perspective, but it's making the rest of the body in perspective that's sort of difficult for me. But that's why we're doing this to practice, right? Because like, see if I draw a box, maybe that'll help me. Because like the pelvis for this reference. Alright, so their chest is sort of facing like this way, and then their hips are more facing this way, like slightly more to the left. And you do see the side of your hip. And thank you, thank you. And well, maybe I should just try the basic forms. I feel like I'm trying to overcomplicate it. So then we have this cylinder here. And we're gonna draw a little circle here. Then from there, our leg is even smaller. And so then we have this one. And then our foot. And then this leg is sort of like this. But it does appear to be in front, so I should draw it slightly larger than this leg. So this. No, like the pose is more so they have their hand up in front of them. I can lift it up really quick just sort of show you the pose. So they're sort of like yeah. I feel like I'm having a hard time with this hip right here. But they are not rolling the ball. Let's see if I can get this set up again.
When life gives you, no, not now.
And so then I know that the back of the calf is behind this leg, so you can sort of draw it through there. And then it's always like a tapered cylinder.
The exact timing as to when your loan funds will be available will be determined by your banking institution.
And then the other foot is here as well. Yeah, that's gonna be what it is. But I'm not looking for it to be beautiful. I'm just looking for the pose. Like, and for the longest time, I only really did portraits, and I feel like because I want to make comics and stuff eventually, so I need to do a lot of a lot of anatomy stuff, of course. But I feel like if I can get the basic structure of the human form, that'll also be good for any storyboarding I plan on doing. Yeah, that's true. I feel like I'm really trying my hardest not to just go into like try to do details. Should I be reading like some of the chat and then replying to it, or should I just? I think you guys can sort of see the chat. I will definitely try my hardest. Definitely read the chat just in case. There it is. I'm starting. Yeah. I feel like it's not too bad today, though. I feel I'm just yapping. I need to use other websites besides Pinterest. Like I know there's a couple out there, but I feel like the UI is just harder to navigate for other websites compared to Pinterest, which I'm used to. But I don't know. Like I feel like I'm trying to think of if I'm if I want to stream more. Because I'm like, it also holds me accountable to draw when I'm feeling lazy. It's like I'm not getting what I need. Definitely should stream more if you feel like it's working to keep you accountable. Well, it's only day one, so so we'll see. We'll find out. If you guys don't hear from me for the next 6 months, I do apologize. Because I think it's been 4 months since I last uploaded anything to any platform. What are your feelings on AI? Does it have a place in the art field? I feel like no, it doesn't. I feel like maybe in the medical field or engineering field, something like that, possibly. But I don't think in the creative field it has much of a place. But I'm working on not being so Puritan about topics either. I don't think so. Not even a little bit. Like I started to learn to draw like maybe 2 years ago, and I'm still working on it, of course. But so when I first started, I thought about just using AI, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna try to learn the skill and create it. I still haven't found the pose, This was gonna have to do. I'm using Straddler. I think it's the 2mm pen. Needs to be sharpened. head is here. Journal. I feel like so. Like I feel like I normally try to look for the line of action, which I definitely do. The line of action is just sort of like the flow, how the pose goes. So like this one here, the line of action, like usually from the like the base of the head and spine. So I would say the line of action for this pose is like it's like a curve, it's like from here down. I feel like once I understand where the shoulders are, I feel like I have an easier time doing what I need to do for reading the pose. So I know that shoulder's here and the other shoulder. Easy try to draw to get like a back form here. So I know the other shoulder's like probably behind the head here, maybe a little bit lower. So then seems like so I wouldn't say this is for short. Well, I guess it is because it's like more of an overlapping shapes here. So we got our shoulder here. We can then draw our cylinder. Let's say it cuts across probably about there. Oh, yeah. This is the reference I picked. I feel like I just needed to pick something in a hurry. And I'm sort of like have my head like next to the phone to look at the paper because I know sometimes people draw like looking through the phone, but I feel like it feels kind of weird to do that. So then I know that shoulder's here. So then I'll still think of the cylinder sort of going up behind his head. We gonna give it a try. You gonna give it a try. So then it looks like that arm was going up then this way. So I know we'll sort of darken the head a little bit here. And so the arm goes up to here. So I like to draw the complete cylinders usually. And I do tend to draw a little darker, so it makes it kind of messy. But I can still normally see what I'm doing. But yeah, so this cylinder here is the small part of the arm that you see just above the head, sort of behind it. So then I know that, this cylinder opens up here, and this one's gonna go like this way. And you still want to do that taper cylinder just to get that forearm look to it. Because I would say it probably just overlaps it a little bit, like right there. And then I can draw a slightly bigger ellipse here and just sort of connect them. Which I don't know if that necessarily looks just right, but and we just gonna draw a box for the fist because we're not worried about the details. We just want the pose. I think I'm gonna go like this. Because normally when you see something in perspective, like they go like to a point. So let's say you draw your ellipse here, like from there to there, and then it sort of gives it that illusion of perspective. So I'm trying to think of that as I'm going through here, but I feel like it's kind of big, but it's okay. It's all right. So then it looks like we then have the midsection, so probably about here. Then his chest is facing this way, and it looks like his hips, because dude, when it comes to like your chest and your hips, but you're never aligned. You're usually like sort of facing opposite directions in a way. So I think I would say his hips are more sort of facing down this way. So yeah. Right. Okay, so chest this way, hips down that way. And so then I know. See, I think the shoulder might be slightly lower, so I think the shoulder is probably here. So we're gonna adjust. So just make this a bit darker, because I think I will have it slightly wrong, but that's okay. Because I think so. His leg is like coming out this way, overlapping that arm, and then it's going back here. So the the back thigh is going to be behind it. So, which I don't know if I like. I normally use like spheres to indicate like the hip connector joints and stuff, or like shoulders, of course. Well, I'll just sort of start here with my tapered cylinder. So we'll just do it like this. And we'll, then we need our overlapping element of the leg to go over the top this way. So, like, I could be erasing. You know, I don't know. I've been drawing really small for some reason. Like, I have to grab my other sketchbook. Like, let me see if I can put it. So like, I was doing some studies yesterday, and like, oops, I just it was this. So, like this one, I feel like it's still very small, and but this is what I'm going for my like wall fan art here. But I was giving myself some practice. But yeah, I don't know. I just been drawing like really small, like even this portrait, very small. Let's see. I feel like I be drawing like opposite ways on my sketchbooks because it makes it easier for me to draw going one way. But yeah. What is that? But yeah, I don't know. I was trying to draw the face looking up. Difficult. It's okay. It's all right though. But yeah, I know I have to draw larger. They say it's easier to draw larger, but it's just what I'm doing. I don't know what it is. Somebody might have threatened me mentally or something. And I knew. Oh, it's a pencil. It's the. See if we can get some focus on it. Okay. Stradler, Mars Techno. Technico? There it is, Technico. It is an HB hardness. So it's sort of like your, is it HB actually? I think it's HB, which is, I think it's like the standard pencil hardness. But I also have another 2mm one that I also really like. I also really like this one. This one is the Mitsubishi Uni HB, and I have more HB LED for it. But I think this one is also HB. But and then where my eraser go? Can't find my other eraser, but I've been just been using this kneadable eraser. And then it's like I forget what sketchbook this is because the cover is it's used up. Keep moving forward. I really like Meet the Robinsons, and that quote stuck with me, so I like to use it a lot. Alright. So let's see. How does life reflect your art? Reflecting your art. How does your life reflect in your art, or does it not? I feel like right now it doesn't, because I just been sort of trapped in tutorial hell, and I've just been practicing. Well, I'm practicing now, but I'm practicing towards a goal this time, so it's slightly different. So usually you can darken something to make it more readable, but then that back leg is sort of just going like this. So I would say this line of action is like that. Actually, no, this is behind here. No, yeah. I sort of picked it up after a second. So that foot is usually it's like knee level. Usually, like I try to go off of like reference points more so than just knowing the anatomy. So from looking at the reference, it seems like the foot, bottom of it's like here. So I know like the bottom of the knee is like here. Which I do have a difficult time drawing feet in perspective, so curve that in. Then that leg is sort of harsh, bring it back out. And then that foot is more like facing like, but you can see the back of the foot in it, which I'm really trying to think in 3D. It's very difficult to do. Sure, I'm just going. We know what it is, so. And then, I'll just worry about the next one. I feel like the pose wasn't really captured, but it'll do. So. I guess you can see his hand at the bottom of this too, so We're just gonna make it a box. And then maybe I'll try to come up with some poses from imagination too, sort of at the end. Like, probably be done with this in like, it's almost been an hour surprisingly, but probably be done in like another 9 minutes, just making it an hour. So probably do one more pose from reference, and then no, we're gonna make our own pose. We're gonna be Stan Lee. We're going to be John Buscema. Let's see how this turns out. So what am I thinking for a pose? I want something dynamic. I think I learned from like drawing the Marvel way. Like, that's why I usually start off with like that oval for the head and sort of go based off of that. I know they use more like geometrical shapes, like cubes, more so for like the pelvis and chest area. I feel like I have an easier time with ovals and circles, which I do still use cubes for some of the body. Let's see. I want to name a character really quick, then I'll see if I can draw a pose that would fit that character.
New Sensodyne Clinical Repair starts to repair sensitive areas of teeth after 60 seconds. I'm so excited to introduce this new product to patients. New Sensodyne Clinical Repair is absolutely amazing.
Homer Simpson. What pose would fit Homer Simpson? That's a good one. That's a good one. No. Hold on. You said name a character. I did. You got it. I don't know. But let's see if it works out. So I'm gonna try to draw it bigger. So let's say this is Homer's head, right? And alright, so this is Homer's head. Okay. I feel like I'm sort of imagining him being scared by something, like, so what's he gonna use boxes for this probably? That shoulder's way too small for this body. Alright, so over for the head. Shoulder here. Shoulder a little small on this side. So what I'm thinking is, so he's gonna have his hands up, sort of like spread out. So it's gonna be like probably something like off to the sides maybe. And you got your writing, you got your midsection, you got your hips here. Trying to think how the legs would be. I feel like So when I'm usually thinking of poses to draw, I think of more like heroic poses. A little bit. I'm just sort of getting my thoughts together on that. I think in drawing the Marvel way, they also like you to start off with the head and also the line of action. So I would say, like, I'm trying to be more structured in my drawing, but also trying to not to be too structured because I've been, like I said, stuck in tutorial hell. I mean, so you got his head, and then let's see. I want this line of action to be more of like this thing. Um, doing that. There. That's his belly area right here. I'm trying to think of Homer Simpson too. Let me do a quick little thinking right here. This one's legs. Probably like that. Oh, I hit my lamp. And I would have more light in here, but I sort of broke my lamp the other day. So you following this line of action. The flag's still going to be extremely stiff, but it might have to be a whoop-de-doo. Yeah, no. I feel like it's not going to make sense, like, in environment-wise, it's like being like this. Maybe I can try the foreshortening here and sort of have that. Try to have the leg out here.
Some so-called SUVs feel more like toys. You need a real
And
vehicle
have
that'll
this
more
leg
really
out
work.
here, maybe.
Like the all-new 2027 Kia Seltos. With its best-in-class interior room, it'll make the others feel like toys. Check out the new 2027 Kia Seltos X-Line. It's real-world ready. Kia, movement that inspires. Limited inventory available. Comparison based on publicly available data regarding cargo room 2026 entry all-wheel drive CVs as of May
Like,
2026. Entry
I don't think Homer and Back be fat like that, though. Yeah, I feel like it, drawing really, really messily. Yeah, I know. I feel like his legs are short and tubby. No. Well, I'm not really trying to draw Homer Simpson. I'm just trying to draw a pose that I can see him in. You know, And I feel like I'm thinking like sort of with his legs bent like this. Because we can always make adjustments, you know. We're gonna purely imagine it, purely imagination. Like this is probably longer. I guess I'll sort of have the hips here, and then I'm just gonna try this oval here. It's lips. What am I thinking? I'm gonna make this motherfucker sumo wrestler, man. So the goal is not to have any this would be here. And go. Then probably about this size. No, this still is a little too low. Maybe like that big. That seems proportionate. A little bit. I want to see this up in the air. What way does it make sense for his hands to be up in the air? So you can always just draw lightly, draw your straight lines, light lines. Keep going in the back. Maybe put this one up. And back this way. No. Like he's trying to pull something up. Yeah, it sort of does look like that. I'm trying to think. I feel like I don't like the way I drew this midsection just now, but it's alright. I need to work on my cylinders too. I feel like I've been not drawing but drawing, but then I'm like, oh, I need to work on my cylinders so much, or work on this so much. But then forms, I might go out and then come in for like that little bump, that little bump that you have on your form, which I think is actually more so on this side maybe. So then, that bump is always on the inside. Coming up with poses, like I've come with a few that are decent, but this one is just not working out. Once again, we'll just do some boxes for the hands.
Hey Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Like,
Okay, Rockstar.
elongated
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
rectangle.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and assembly.
Ooh.
Oh, maybe some noise canceling headphones for you.
Thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for
I don't
kids
know.
and good for parents.
That's gonna be what it is.
Chase branch and get started.
It's all right. Things always work out. Might be back later. We'll see if I have the motivation. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just end it here. Okay. I always like to put the dates because it's 26. All right. Appreciate you guys staying in here. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.